Good morning, everybody. It's Kula Dula from RawStocks. We have another edition of our pre-market prep, and we have some big news coming. Is Tesla going to hit 500 this week? Is NVDA heading towards 200? Is AMD a flash in the pan? We'll cover it all. We'll get to it right after this. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Black Box Stocks and GammaEdge. Without those guys, we would not be able to provide this data to you every single day. So, good quick shout out to those guys. So we see today a nice inside day yesterday. I mean, we're holding the daily 4, looking for that push up, that distribution to the upside. Is today the day, y'all? Is today the day? Well, it looks nice. We continue to get the close over the daily 4. We have the daily neckline breakout here, was retested, and then we're seeing a potential expansion. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. We're going to cover what the data shows us and go from there. So we got some serious flow that we want to cover today. Okay, but before we do that, let me do a quick little calendar update since I missed yesterday. Tons of Fed speaking today. Tons. Consumer credit at 2 o'clock. I think it's something you need to watch. I think it is. Be prepared one way or the other for that. That's going to be at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. We have a ton of Fed speaking tomorrow. Almost and meeting minutes. Okay, so those can be iffy. Those can really be iffy, but we haven't seen this many Fed talks in quite some time this week. So a lot of that going on. 10-year bond auction tomorrow it is important. Think also unemployment claims on Thursday. I'm not positive we're going to get those. And then JP talks Thursday at 7:30. So potentially some volatility going into that. That's pre-market, of course. So keep an eye on that right there. And then prelim consumer sentiment, probably going to be something that I mean, it could impact, but generally doesn't have huge expectations or anything like that. I'm not super wrapped up around that. And then we also have the federal budget balance. I don't think that, going to show us that we're more in debt and we don't have a budget set. That's virtually it. Oh, God. Oh, what's she barking at? Sorry. Anyways, that's going to cover that. Okay, so let's take a look at the data. What is the data showing? We are seeing a potential 500 run on Tesla here. A potential 500 run. Look at the draw here at 500. There's a ton of speculation for this thing to drive up towards 500. Let's see. That a good chunk of that OI 257,000 is outside this week. Looking into where's our big chunk? Where is our big chunk? There you go. 1121. A lot of 1121s. 500 here. There is 53,000 open interest here. So a lot of people are looking for that that big drive up towards 500, and they've got till November 21st on that. So this is really a big magnet here. If we break out towards the upside, we're watching Tesla here. This was an interesting little event right here where it sold down on Friday, and then we're seeing a potential reversal expansion towards the top. So we're going to watch how this thing retreats 450. If we can't get over the top of 450, then I expect for us to potentially be in the sell the news event. Okay. If we consistently do not get over 450, I'd be watching the sell the news with whatever product release they got coming today. But there's nothing substantial about 450 on the weekly. It is a pretty good size target when you start adding in the full complex here. It's between 450 and 500. So if you see a break over 450, it probably indicates that we're going to see an expansion towards 500 in the upcoming weeks. Could be this week, the way that Tesla moves, right? Okay. So we also have the S&P here. 6,800 is our supply here. We're in call dominated gamma conditions, so I'm still very bullish on the market until we see a overall flip of this. Remains to the upside. 6,800 remains our target. We're starting to see 7,000 start to expand. You see almost 260,000 calls open there, but those expiration dates vary. Okay, but 6,800 is very focused more towards the upcoming weeks. We have 10-17, 10-7. So next weeks are actually outpacing. We don't generally see this. Next week's outpacing this week. So I suppose that's the monthly. That's where we end in. I mean, it's a pretty good chunk. So we'll be watching that pretty closely into the next 2 weeks. All right. Now, what does this look like for us on the day trading chart, right? So this is kind of what we're looking at today. So based on what we're seeing, we have a wall here. We're going to see the supply wall here at 67.75. But I do think it's interesting to take note at 68.25. There's a tremendous amount of calls up here, a tremendous amount. So we're going to put that into our positive gamma exposure up here with the intermediate gamma wall at 67.75. So we have our gamma wall here, the supply. We have our gamma wall down here at 67.15. This to me looks ultra, balanced, ultra set up for a move up. Currently, we're sitting at 67.52. So that puts us right above the last 2 days highs. Is this going to be an event where we sell down? I don't think so. I think we have that potential breakout possibility today. It could be something where we see the VIX start to really sell off here, okay, where that will just keep price stable, but it may not move like you expect. Okay, maybe consider some consolidation. When you see VIX moving up with price, then you know that we're in one of those squeeze type of dynamics, but this is well within range of dealers. We could see this thing pushing all the way up to 68.25, but I think you do need to watch that intermediate call wall at 67.75. You must remain over these highs from the last 2 days. And if we do hold that, then I'm very interested in going long towards that 67.75 and potentially up to that 6,800 level. We have this here. 6,800 level is a key level. We need to mark this out as a key level here. 6,800 is our key level for the upside move here. So keep an eye on all this right here. 6,800 full complex, full target. Okay. Now let's take a look at NVIDIA here. NVIDIA had a little bit of a sell-off yesterday. Is that an opportunity for us to move in towards a discount buy for this thing to move up towards 195 and 200? Well, data would seem to indicate so. Looking at short time frame, no overhead shorts. We're looking for this thing. Green means go. So we're looking for this thing to re-break out towards 195 in the upcoming week or two. We're just kind of monitoring this and seeing how this does. This is going to be a large volume block. Okay, so you need to monitor this area here as a large resistance. Okay, this is a pretty easy to see resistance here, that there's a large volume block here that we'd have to get over the top of that in order to get that break towards 195. All right, let's turn on the GEX levels here so I don't have to track all this down. So yes, so we're looking at the 195 here, transitional zone and negative transition zone, and the floor here at 180. Okay, so I don't know if someone's telling you that go short on chips here, but it ain't it. You're not interested in that. data still remains the same. You buy the dip into 180, looking for this thing to return and retest the 190. All right. This here is, so we'll flip this off so we get a cleaner view. This is going to be your positive transitional area. Okay. So positive gamma support here. This is going to be your negative shelf. This is going to be your gamma wall. Negative gamma wall. And this is going to be your, here, 1 second. And then we will do this as the call wall, positive gamma wall. Okay, so this is what this looks like. You need to know about 190 being resistance. Watch for the pop over 187.5. Okay, watch for the pop over 187.5. If you get the pop over that, you're likely pushing up towards that 189 to 190 zone. All right. But you can find yourself getting rejected off 187 and maybe pushing that way down towards 185. But I would not be super interested in any of this here. Okay, we could see this for a little bit before we see a move out, breaking out, or see a move to break down towards 180. Just keep an eye on this zone right here to be broken out and see a close outside of that range. That looks like distribution. Okay. Looking at AMD here now, we shorted this virtually at 222.5, 223 yesterday, and we sold it down towards, I think, 215, somewhere right around that, 217, somewhere in that range. We were eyeballing 205 as a bottom for the day, and ultimately it pushed a little bit below that, so I was a little disappointed in that. However, let's take a look at what we're looking like here. So pretty strong. Let's look at this full complex. So this looks very much like a all cash secured puts down here at 140. So big money stepping in here and selling cash secured puts at 140 to 100. All right. You're also seeing a bit of a surge of that at that 150 and 145 zone, but this area right here, 140 to 100, really fully protected now. We have a great understanding that this is going to be a rock solid floor for AMD. All right. I don't care what anybody says, whether this is going to get sold off, this is a fake boom. I don't care. This right here is what NVIDIA looks like. All right. Every dip bought, no overhead shorts. This thing has a green light for me towards 230 this week, next week, and we have a great amount of probably stability. Let's just put it this way: it has a great amount of stability to it, and you should be looking at buying dips on this. As of right now, this is a tremendous amount of bullish data behind this. You're buying anything, any dip below this, looking for it to be bought up and move up higher. We have speculation all the way to 300 now, 230, 220 are kind of where we're sitting at. 215, I guess, is where we're sitting at. Watch this area to push up towards 230. If we start to hold some of these here and we see this line of defense move up towards that 160 to 180 area, I think that will really be telling for us to know that AMD is looking to make another push. But I would not be surprised to see us being consolidated around this area. But this right here is the same type of read that we got on NVIDIA in its early days. Just straight bull. Okay. AMD has not seen anything like this in forever. So we're watching this area. If you're looking to sell cash secured puts and not get assigned, this 140 to 100 zone is massively protected as of right now. I haven't got an opportunity to dial into the expirations, but that is something where AMD is real. But do consider watching some type of consolidation for some time. So if you're looking to play anything, I recommend shares more so than I do options, as everything, the IV's juiced. We have potential consolidation, but That's not financial advice. You guys do what you want to do. All right. So that covered the S&P, Tesla, NVDA, and AMD today. So if you're interested in finding out what we do, come join us at RawStocksLLC.com. That is RawStocksLLC.com. Have a great community there. We get all of our analysts on our patented automation bot. So this virtually shows when a trade is made, it is automatically sent to our Discord. You can see, I don't really do this often, but I'm going to bring this over today. Let's go here. You can see yesterday that we had a tremendous day with Rustic, posting up 48.60 here on the day. 11 for 14 on the trades, but big wins. And you can see just how this kind of operates as it comes in. Tells you what contract it is, the contract price, expiration, whether it's filled or not, how many they have, and what we're ordering, etc. So yeah, so great look towards it. Yesterday, hey, I'll toot my own horn a little bit. We have 11.01 yesterday, and we were 4 for 5. So if you're interested in joining us, $7, 7 days. There's a little bit of a trial going on right now for that. We also have a month free going on, and I forgot to do the promo on this. So that is Rawtober. So promo code Rawtober at RawStocksLLC.com. Go click on there. Come join the premium with Rawtober. You get 1 month for free. I'm going to make an ad about it here soon. So kind of off track here, but I will make sure that you get that code if you DM me. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and until next time, we'll catch you later.